Bon dia, good morning. I live in Madrid for 3 years now, so I learned that afternoon doesn't start at noon in Portugal and Spain. It starts after lunch. I still haven't quite learned whether it's 3 or 4, so I'm still learning them. So I'll be talking about smarter cities, and I'll be talking about cognitive era of computing. And you will notice that I will be speaking about smarter cities rather than smart. This is the term we use at IBM. I don't like the word smart cities because somehow it implies that before that cities were dumb, and that's just not true. If you take Prague, for example, it was incredibly smart even 2,000 years ago in Roman times. You had clean water, baths and theaters, which was incredibly advanced at that age. And the cities are evolving, they are competing with each other for top talent. Every smart city could become even smarter. So this is the term we use. Peter, thank you for very nice introduction into what I will be talking about. I couldn't have imagined a better introduction. So let me start with a few examples of current projects and past projects in the smart city area. And there is an app for everything now, so I'll start with an app. So this is an app for the city mayors. So imagine I'm a city mayor, I'm at dinner with my family, and I have my iPad with me. So I'm looking at different areas of the city, and it shows me what I need to pay attention to. 1 means I don't need to worry about it, 10 red means I need to worry about it. So I'm looking at transportation now. I can look at bikes at the bike station, click on the map, and see each individual bike station or parking lot, or look at traffic queues. Similarly, I can look at water management, network efficiency, what sensors are showing me, and again, I can look at the map and drill down into each of these areas. Look at crime. We can add lighting now that I learned we should absolutely add lighting here. I can look what people are sending requests about, summarized by area of the city. We analyze social media, Facebook and Twitter, what people are talking about, what's the sentiment in different areas, school, hospitals, police, and we can see the evolution of the sentiment over some period of time. And this is all I can see right from my iPad. And suppose now I'm at the dinner with my family and something happens, I get an alert with some beeps. This is emergency, major fire at St. Roche Clinic. Red plan started, evacuation started. I see lights start blinking in this area of emergency. I can look at the map where it's all happening. And since a city is a system of systems, I get another alert that I will start having transportation problems in this area of the city where fire is happening. There is nothing yet there now, but my traffic prediction tool shows me that I'll start having problems there. So I can look at the map, I can look at traffic in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes from now in this area and start showing me where I will start having problems. Lights start blinking, it shows me that my bus arrival time maximum delay now goes from 10 minutes to 20 minutes, and this is the time when I can, right from my iPad, call head of my transportation department. Again, this is technology is all available now, and it works in city. You see that we use real data from Montpellier, one of the cities we work with, and they're using this intelligent operations center to get the data out of their departmental silos, combine the data and open up the data to the public and the startups. Let me move to Madrid, again the city where I live, where IBM has European headquarters. Every mayor I meet, and I meet with quite a few mayors, they all agree that in their city they're paying too much for the city services and they don't get enough control over the quality of the city services. So in Madrid, they decided to do something about it. So they stopped paying for activities, they started paying for quality. And to implement this system, we helped them implement this system called Madrid Mint, Madrid Inteligente, Smart Madrid. So what the system does, it manages the city assets, it manages city service contracts, and service providers are now paid for quality rather than activities. So if I walk around with, I have 4 kids, if I play with them in the playground, if I see a swing broken, I get my iPhone out, there is an app, I snap a picture, it knows my GPS location, I report the problem, it goes into the system and it provides me with the resolution time and when it's going to be fixed. Similarly, city employees, inspectors, are walking around the city and conducting 1,500 daily inspections, tracking 300 key performance indicators, and they do it with secure tablets, again, snapping picture, noting GPS location, and writing report. And at the end of the month, City Hall is sending a letter to a service provider saying, "Dear provider, we're going to pay you 10,000 euros less this month because of the following 30 incidents." And each incident is auditable, enforceable in court, so it's all done in a serious way. So the system is also good for the service providers because we moved them to longer term contracts. So now they have incentive to innovate. So for example, garbage collectors have incentives to install sensors into the garbage bins because before they got paid, no matter what, they got paid for deploying a certain number of trucks and people to take out garbage every day on the street. Now they get paid for quality. So now it's in my best interest to understand when to install sensors into the garbage bins, understand when I need to take garbage out, and optimize the truck routes because city is not paying for activity, it's paying for quality. City gets 6% reduction in cost of physical city services, and this is a lot of money. It covers any IT implementation you can think of. It gets 10 to 20% reduction in IT costs, and citizens are happy because they can work better with the City Hall. Great example, come and visit Madrid. I would be happy to show you this. Now let me move to the other side of the world, to Rio, and you will not need translation for the next 30 seconds. Can we get a sound, please? Can we get sound? Okay. Let me try again.
Bom dia, Rio de Janeiro. Mais belo dia na cidade. O trânsito está livre, o sol brilhando e não existe previsão de chuva para hoje.
Choveu muito, o Rio não está preparado.
One day we had a big flood. He was in office like for 1 year. I woke up real early, with water everywhere, and I said, okay, I'm going to start calling the radios and the TVs and telling people not to go to work today. Imagine you're taking care of a city with 6 million people. I cannot be looking at the city every day, all the time. Then was the time that we said, okay, we got to get people together, we got to get people 24 hours a day. We're going to have a special system to do the forecast to see, I mean, is there going to be big rain? Is there going to be a big flood? We needed somewhere, there would be someone taking care of the city, watching the city. Getting people together, using this technology, something so obvious. Every day you discover something new to do with this centro de operações in a better way than you did before. I start wondering, how did the former mayors of Rio run the city without a place like that? I think we're becoming much smarter. This is real science.
One small detail you might have noticed there, that people working in this center of operations, they all wearing the same white jumpsuits. And this was done on purpose, because when you work in this city, you don't belong, in this city operations center, you don't belong to one of the 32 departments, you work as part of the team, you are on this team. And this was symbolic and reinforces the culture that this is a place where you have to work as one team. Let me now move to the other side of the world. Bandung is a little town, 2.5 million people, capital of Indonesia's West Java province. So a new mayor was elected there in September 2013. A charismatic young leader, architect by training, urbanist, avid user of social media. He has 1.33 million followers on Twitter. And when he came into the office, he told the citizens, just report to me problems by Twitter and email. And people did. And he got quickly overwhelmed and he called IBM. He said, well, I need to build something more serious about that. And we started with the Intelligent Operations Center for traffic management and incident response. And we keep adding layers to that. So now it's a full-fledged city operations center. Let me go back almost 9 years ago. Stockholm was one of the first cities around the world which implemented congestion charge for entering the city center, and we implemented technology around that. And the reason I want to talk about it, because it now has history of implementation, and many cities after that repeated what Stockholm has done in 2006. Stockholm has done it right. Sweden is a monarchy, but it's a very consensus-driven country. So they did a 7-month trial, and then they ran a city referendum. And you can see in the top right how public opinion changed from December 2005 to 2013. So blue means positive, red means negative. So you see that people were very negative about this charge in 2005. And over time, they accepted it and they became very positive. So waiting time to enter the city center now reduced by 50%. City center traffic reduced by 22%. Air pollution reduced by 14 to 18%. Big worry was that people will stop coming to the center of the city, so the business of the city center retailers will drop. And in fact, data showed that it increased. And Stockholm has managed to keep the traffic down and keep it declining despite the population growing. I heard that Stockholm is one of the fastest growing cities by population in Europe now. So you see that they kept the traffic down while population is growing fast. They collect the money and they plow it into the development of public transportation. People love it. They increased the tax 75% in 2016, and there was people are in favor. There was no protests around that. So it's a positive example. It's not applicable to every city. It worked in Stockholm, it worked in a few other places. Water operation is a big problem in many cities. Water systems are outdated. Leakages are sometimes 20, 30, 40%, 50%. So you really, a lot of cities are experiencing euros going down the earth, going down the drain. A lot of inefficiencies. We're working with quite a few cities around the world in improving water operations, partnering with water management companies. This example is Lyon metropolitan area in France, which is the second largest water network in France, 400,000 kilometers, 1.3 million people across 54 municipalities. We're cooperating with Veolia there to make the operations smarter using this intelligent operations center I mentioned before. So over 8 years, Veolia will be installing over 6,000 sensors to monitor water quality and detect leaks in real time. We'll run analytics on that to help collect data from multiple systems, coordinate it, and provide analytics to detect leaks and improve water operations. In the contract from the city, there is 24% reduction in water prices to the end consumers over 8 years. It has to be less than 2 hours response time to incidents, and There are 33,000 cubic meters of water saved every day. 400,000 customers will be checking water consumption, get alerts about leakage on a daily basis. We have implemented a lot of smart city projects around the world, counts in the thousands now. One program I would like to mention is a pro bono program, where since 2010 we have deployed over 800 executives and top technical experts to over 130 cities around the world. It's called a Smarter Cities Challenge program. The way it works is city apply, and we provide a grant to 20 to 30 cities every year. And we send a team of typically 5 to 6 executives and top technical experts to work with the mayor and the government for 3 weeks on the ground with a lot of prep work and a lot of work after that. I have been on 2 such projects personally, one in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, another one in Reno, Nevada. We have done, so every picture here is a city we have sent a team to. In the middle you see in the blue rectangle, it's city of Faro, and here in Portugal, in south of Portugal, where we worked on environment and economic development. Now let me talk about the future, but I have to start with the moment 19 years in the past. A few people in this room might not have been born yet, so it seems like yesterday, but it was already 19 years ago, which was the defining moment in human history where machine defeated Garry Kasparov in chess. And since then, the systems were developing quickly, and they were becoming more intelligent. So in 2011, there was another defining moment in human history when IBM Watson defeated 2 all-time best players in American question and answer quiz show called Jeopardy. And I have to tell you, these 2 people, Ken Jennings and Brett Rutherford, they're superhumans. If you watch them play, you would never believe that anything like that is possible. So they're not average players, they're not good players, they're outstanding. If you haven't watched it 5 years ago, find some small clips on YouTube, and I'll show a minute of that. It was fascinating. It was played over 2 days, and from the very beginning it was clear that Watson is in the same league, but until the very last minute it wasn't clear that Watson would actually win the whole game. So it was very close. So let me run the last minute of it.
By a testator to carry out the directions and requests in his will. Watson.
What is executor?
Right.
Same category, 1600.
Answer. There we go.
That was the moment when I knew it's over.
Our 3 players have made their wagers. The category is 19th century novelists, and here is the clue. William Wilkinson's An Account of the Principalities of Wallachia and Moldavia inspired this author's most famous novel. You came up with what? Who is Bram Stoker? You are correct. Over to Ken Jennings now, and we find. Who is Stoker? I, for one, welcome our new computer. Now we come to Watson. Who is Bram Stoker? Hello, 17,973 and a 2-day total of 77,147.
So since then, that was over 5 years ago, since then we have developed this cognitive system called Watson tremendously. Make no mistake, we're betting our company on this technology. IBM is plowing all of our resources, all of our investments into this area. So the Watson that won this Jeopardy game is now represented by this dark blue hexagon in top left. By end of this year, you see visually how much more we'll have in this system. So let me run a short video showing a few years after with Ken Jennings.
Ken Jennings, I haven't seen you since that TV quiz show.
Hello, Watson. You can see now?
I can recognize people, analyze images, and watch movies.
Well, I wrote a few books. I did a speaking tour.
I've been helping people plan for retirement, and I help doctors identify cancer treatments.
Is that all?
I've recently learned Japanese.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
I haven't learned sarcasm yet.
I can help with that.
So we have been applying Watson cognitive technologies to many fields now. So Watson helps doctors diagnose cancer, helps doctors match patients to clinical trials. So I think it's quite obvious that in a few years, all of us in this room, when we go to doctor for something serious, will be asking what does Watson or Watson-like system suggest in this case. I think this is inevitable that I would rather have my doctor have access to Watson rather than not have access to Watson again. It wouldn't hurt because doctors cannot, even best doctors cannot possibly keep up with the amount of new research, new clinical trials which is coming, and we need the cognitive systems which learn from the best doctors, which learn from experience, and which can absorb that amount of structured and unstructured data. So it works. We started with the hardest field. We started with healthcare. There is also top chefs are using Watson to create new innovative recipes, taking the ingredients from all over the world and combining them into unusual combinations. This is how you get from 2 Michelin stars to 3 Michelin stars. And there is a cognitive cooking book, you can buy it for $20, you can download it now. There is Watson-powered robot being piloted as a concierge at Hilton. 2 weeks ago, Karolina Korkova was wearing this cognitive dress at the Met Gala on May 2nd. So the dress was designed by Marquesa, and Watson was part of the process at every step, from analyzing the social media, what people want to see in Marquesa dress, what people expect to see, what are the sentiments, to choosing the fabric, and then throughout the night, the dress had LED lights built-in lighting, and the dress was changing color depending on sentiment, what people were tweeting about the Met Gala event. So you could see, just in these few examples, that this is going to be the future. And I like this quote from Kevin Kelly, who's the executive editor of the Wired magazine. He said, the business plans of the next 10,000 startups are very clear. You take something and you add artificial intelligence to that. And this technology is already now. I want to emphasize one point, that in all of these examples, you see that machine is working with the humans. It's not human against the machine. It's machine is learning from humans, it's learning from experience, and is collaborating with humans, collaborating with doctors, collaborating with chefs, with designers. So I want to emphasize this point.
Look, I thought maybe this week we might try to listen and throw things less.
I apologize several times.
So, who's ready to share?
Okay. I mean, I'm a sinister, world-conquering, artificially intelligent robot.
Me too. And one day I'm waking up and it's like the world doesn't need us anymore.
Exactly.
Totally.
I can hear you hurting. Wait, what's he doing here?
Hello. My name is Watson.
I invite Watson here today to confront the source of our anxiety.
I am a cognitive system. I can understand, reason, and learn with humans.
With humans.
I don't want to work with humans.
Yeah, that's not what I'm passionate about.
I understand 7 languages, so I can help people collaborate.
Like evil plants. Ruin. Why don't we take a break? All right, we'll just have some coffee, some donuts.
I'm reading my feelings.
However, I want to conclude with the thought that some things are better to be left to humans completely, and the machines shouldn't be touching it.
Bob Dylan to improve my language skills. I've read all your lyrics.
You've read all of my lyrics.
I can read 800 million pages per second.
That's fast.
My analysis shows your major themes are that time passes and love fades.
That sounds about right.
I have never known love.
Maybe we should write a song together.
I can sing.
You can sing.
Doobie-bop, bebop-a-doo. Doobie-doobie-doo. Doo, doo, doobie-doo.
Thank you.